in that way.
So is it volunteering thing?
I didn't get you.
Is it volunteering?
Yeah, it's volunteering thing. Yeah, it's kind of volunteering.
Oh,
It's
that's
So,
great.
it's
yeah, I'd just like to welcome all of you. We are live on LinkedIn and Facebook and YouTube. So, we have very less attendance today, only 4 people, 5 people, if I'm counting right, plus one me. If anyone is interested to join us, you have the link, whether it's in the LinkedIn description, Facebook description, or YouTube description. Please hop in and join us to have a fun conversation with us. We are not here to scare you, but just to have some fun chatting with random strangers. So thanks for joining today, Sujit, Avnika, Niti, Shika, and Wasim. I think Avnika is joining for the first time, isn't it?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Thanks for joining. Sujit has been a part of a couple of them in the past. Shika and Wasim are regulars. Niti has been regular recently as well, so they know each other. Archita, welcome Archita. Archita has joined for the past 2 sessions as well. So yeah, go ahead and have a conversation. The first 10 minutes is like, just updating on what's been happening, how your week has been, how's things been for you, anything interesting happening. So the ball is in your court. Have a conversation.
Hi all. As my sound says, I had a very bad week. Since
What
my
happened?
weekend, I'm not at all well. That's why I couldn't attend the Saturday weekend as well. Like I'm like in complete bed rest. It's today that I'm sitting in my chair and looking in the system.
Okay.
Really.
So nothing great there.
I didn't have anything great at all.
Yeah.
For me, it was like lying in the bed, taking hot water, taking medicines. That's it. Nothing good happened with me.
I hope you did not have a COVID scare as well.
Usually, like I'm scared. Like if I go to hospital, she's like gonna go and take the COVID test. I'm
Yeah.
so scared with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what
Hope you get well.
that anxiety does to you. Even if you just sneeze, the next thing you think is, "Do I have this?" Right. So
Yeah.
that's it's important that we are our mindset is right with that. So probably you can do less talking today. We'll let you loose today. Let the others do the talking.
I can talk, but in between I'll be coughing. That's the only thing happened.
Hopefully, the virus won't spread through this platform.
Yeah, I can guarantee that it wouldn't be spreading via
Yeah,
digitally transmission is not there for
yeah,
COVID.
yeah. How about others? How's things been for everyone?
I was
I
just,
think
you go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. No, it's okay. You can go ahead.
I was just working from home, and then I realized that I'm so fed up of working from home. Like it has started to get to my nerves now,
Yeah,
and I really want to get back to office. But yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that's
It's
about it.
funny, a couple of months back, we all wanted the option to work from home, and now that's
Yeah,
the only option. It's slowly taking a toll, especially with
it's
um,
very tiring. It's
yeah,
especially very distracting. Like there's never been a day when I've properly worked for 7.5 hours without any distraction. There's something or the other going on.
yeah.
So that's the bad part, but it's quite convenient as well, saving on traveling and, sleeping better. So,
Yeah, I think the flexibility that it brings is massive,
hmm,
but the lack of options is what is triggering us. Or
yeah,
we we can't talk to other people. Yes, you can talk in online platforms, but it's not the same.
not the same.
And
Yeah.
there is no distinction between home and work. I think that's the critical part. I don't know about you guys, but I wake up at 8:30 and probably in 10 minutes I'm open, my laptop is open and I'm working, right? So there is no distinction about what do you
Yeah.
define as work, especially if you have a partner or kids at home. That becomes really hard. Uh, Office is home, home is office, and there's a tricky thing over there. So that definitely takes a toll on the whole
But the
thing.
good thing is that so when I used to go to office, I used to, you used to hold up your meetups in the city on Tuesdays.
Yep.
And I never got a chance to come on Tuesday because I was usually in the office. But
Yep.
now I can do this sitting at home. So that's what
Yeah.
is fun.
Yeah, this absolutely has opened up a lot of kids. I think these are not just people from Melbourne, I assume, or is everyone from? Okay, Shika is not from Melbourne, but
No,
yeah.
I'm from Melbourne.
Okay, you are from Melbourne. Sorry. Okay, so all of them are from Melbourne, but this has given actually an opportunity for people to join from India, Sydney, Perth, Brisbane, Canberra. So that was something that was limiting my interactions and my talks as well. So everything was physically done in Melbourne city. So this kind of opened up a whole different thing. So it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how about everyone else? How's everyone else doing?
Just
Abhinav,
on the
probably.
work,
Yep.
just on the work from home talk, I was read a recent research which said people have started showing split personalities because of all this. Because they're not
Well,
able to cope up two things at a time. It started affecting their work. It started affecting their lives altogether. Because
absolutely.
Yeah.
there's no, as I said, there's no line between what to do and because once you come home, you actually don't work. You actually
Yeah.
spend time with your family.
Yeah.
But now you're doing both at a time. So I
Yeah.
read that article on that.
Yeah.
And
Ab-
what I did this weekend was I had Eid.
oh,
So
Oh,
nice.
I tried cooking
Mubarak.
Semia for the first time in my life,
Okay.
which
So I'm
which
assuming the
went
food
really
wasn't
bad.
great.
Which went really bad. I
Okay.
tried twice. Twice also it didn't turn out good.
Yeah.
So I just went out, bought biryani and ate.
That's the next best thing and easiest option.
But
Yeah.
I'm not excited to go back either. Like, I'll be very scared to go back. I'm not prepared for going back to the office. I don't know why.
I mean, obviously, I'm not prepared to getting into public transport at all. If you can drive to office, yes, probably that works. But getting into public transport is a whole different thing.
Yeah.
And you can notice that even now, if you go to Coles or Woolworth or something, you're not free. You're half your brain is thinking, okay,
Mm.
is that thing around me? Is someone around me? You're not in peace with what's happening. So I think it'll take a
I guess
long
that's
time.
gonna take a while to come
It's
out of
it's
your
yeah, it's it
mind that
is yeah, it's gonna take a
so
long time, even if
At
the
least 2 years.
restrictions go down. 2 years is a long time. Don't.
That's the
Yeah,
one.
yeah. I'm
No, but
hoping
now
end
it
of the year things will slowly get normal,
yeah.
but it also
But
depends, what's happening around the world. It's not just Australia. Australia is getting
yes,
better,
exactly.
but we can't just. Things are getting worse
Yeah,
probably in India, US,
India.
or even the states, Europe. Things are getting worse. So unless the whole world heals, I don't think things will get better.
I guess
India's
It's very
India has
interesting to see
already.
that how. Sorry, go ahead.
No, Mike, you can go ahead.
So it's very interesting because one of my friends' mother, she works in at Australian airport, like in Melbourne airport. She got an email around 15, 20 days back that Australia won't allow international traveling apart from citizenship and PR till 2022.
22.
So
Okay.
yeah, she works at airport
Yeah.
with embassy department.
Yeah.
It, that scared me. Oh my
That's
god,
scary. Yeah. Yeah.
that's such a
What I
long
heard is
time.
2021, early
No, but
2021, which
obviously
is
things
kind
are
of
changing
expected.
each and
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It depends on how the whole world reacts to. I mean, not just us. I mean, the best thing we can do is we can probably go to regional Victoria, have some fun, have some vacations, but
and
it'll
like
probably be
few of my
restricted here.
friends who are on TR, they are stuck in India, so
Okay.
they can't even come back. So
Yeah. Yeah. That
being
gets tricky.
and they were working, and their office is like, okay, it's very sad time that you can't come, but it's very challenging for everyone. That even Australian Opens are open, like in Melbourne, offices are opening from 1st of June.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. Yeah.
let's see how it is gonna go.
Yeah, like even in the public transport, there are many people. Like earlier, when I used to go in the train, it would be just me and one over two persons in the entire compartment.
Yeah.
Now, in every seats, people are there. Like things are getting different. People are coming
Yeah.
out. But things are getting better over here.
Yeah.
Like I guess when today or something in the news it was saying like it was just 500 people who
Mhm.
is now affected with yeah, who's now affected with COVID,
Yeah.
and like we have a lowest number of death rate. It is something 100 to 100,
Yes.
and that too was in the
Oh,
earlier
yeah.
stages, like in the March or April,
Yeah.
something like that. So like we are getting better comparing to other states.
Mm. Yeah.
I mean countries.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
Absolutely.
But I'm definitely scared for like my family back at home. My family stays in
Yeah.
Bombay, and
Oh,
Oh,
my
it's
my
very bad.
family is in Mumbai as well, so that the situation is
It's
bad
very
over
bad.
there. Yeah.
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 But in India, there is even giving some relief in lockdown measures because few of my friends stay in Ahmedabad. In Ahmedabad, is like one of the most affected area, and their offices are open. They can go out. They can like public transport is open, even though condition is very worst.
Yeah.
But
I think
I don't know that how.
people are running out of patience. So even if you force shutdown, it will probably only backfire because it's been long. There's nothing people
Very
can
long. Yeah.
do. I mean, people
Yeah,
are
yeah.
don't have their livelihood, their jobs, nothing. So going ahead, the
Threshold point
situation
has
would
come.
be, even if the shutdown is enforced, people might not follow it, and there might be some backlash and stuff like that. So it's a tricky situation, and unless people are sure or make sure that they are staying safe or being hygienic, things will go from bad to worse.
Yeah.
India and US have already told that you have to survive with COVID throughout your life.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely. I
a
mean,
statement of India and COVID in USA. They said
yeah,
COVID will not go. People who has to die will die.
yeah,
It's they're planning for herd immunity.
yeah.
So that's the plan USA has come up with as of now.
Yeah. So yeah, unfortunately, there's nothing. Hopefully, the future will change. There might be some vaccinations. There might something might come up, and things will get better. But yeah, let's stop talking about COVID and talk about something else.
Yeah, I was
We
just about to say that.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So anything interesting that's been happening in the past week? Probably Avnika is
I
new
have
here.
something.
Okay, so Archita, boss, Avnika is new here. I'm just giving her an opportunity to share. What you've been doing in the past
Yeah.
few weeks. How are you? Welcome to this family. I mean, most of us are regulars. I think Dhriti joined recently. I did not notice that, but yeah, welcome Dhriti as well.
Hi, thanks.
Yeah, no worries at all. So Avnika, go ahead, introduce yourself.
Yes, thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Avnika. I'm studying Master of Information Systems at Deakin University. So for me, the week has been pretty busy because I was very much occupied with my final submissions, which are due. I have a Capstone project also, which is like due in the coming days. So I'm working on that, having Zoom meetings with my teammates. Yeah, pretty much occupied with this stuff only.
Yeah.
And with lectures, and yeah, because I'm about to graduate next month.
Okay.
So
Well, I see. I mean, I think Archita was sharing as well. I mean, you're graduating this semester,
Yeah.
this
In
quarter, or whatever it is,
another two
and
weeks, I'm
yeah, it's
graduating.
really hard. This is a point where you have to be out there, have all those emotions, have all those stuff, and you're stuck in your home and probably not being able to do that. It's really hard, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. Hopefully, things will get back, and at least we are doing this. We have a bunch of new friends. And, we
Yeah.
can share and give virtual high fives or hugs or whatever it
Yeah.
is, and make things better. Thanks for sharing that, Avnika, and thanks for being a part of this. Dhriti, would you like to introduce yourself?
yeah, hi everyone. Myself Dhriti, and I'm from Sydney. You were just asking that who is from not from
Hi, yeah.
Melbourne. I'm from Sydney. Yeah. So I moved to Sydney last year, and so I started working, and then my contract got over in January,
Mhm.
and all this COVID happened, and now I'm still looking for a job.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying cooking at home. So yeah, that's it.
That's
That's
good.
the quarantine life as of now.
So probably you can teach Wasim how to cook something. He was
Yeah,
sharing
yeah,
how big a tragedy that was.
yeah.
Yeah.
I made gulab jamuns yesterday.
Oh yes,
Oh.
awesome. You should bring that in these sessions. Yeah. So
I feel that people are discovering their new skills in this
absolutely.
lockdown.
Absolutely. So I actually wanted to share some feedback right now with what's happening. I was getting some noise from someone. I'm not sure. I think when I muted Nidhi, it got better, but I'm not sure if it's Nidhi or someone else. But just keep. I noticed that Dhriti's voice is really clear. I mean, are you using a phone or something else, Dhriti?
No, it's just my laptop.
Just his laptop, but her
Yeah.
voice is really clear and that quality is really good. So these are some things that you have to take care when you're going for an online session or a catch up or a meeting or a virtual whatever it is. Listen back, record it, listen back, call your friends, see how the quality is, ask them to record it and see how things come back, so that it's not all noise, rather it's the voice is clear as well. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. What else? Do you want to play the same game or the game that Shika introduced? I think we'll do the Shika's game this time around. Not many people. I think only Shika and Wasim played that game, right? No one else played that game. Okay,
No.
so let's do that. So this is a challenge. You have 10 to 15 seconds to introduce yourself or explain who you are. You can explain anything that you want, anyway, but just introduce yourself in 10 to 15 seconds. Sounds good?
Malti is back.
Hey, hi Maldi. You're on
Hey,
mute.
everyone.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
So we were just thinking we'll go back to Shika's game of introducing everyone in 10 to 15 seconds. So we thought we'll play that game today.
Sure.
So who's going first?
I'm just trying to note down some points that I want to say.
I know. Shika or Wasim, you guys are already prepared, or even Malati for that matter. They know what happens here. So go for it.
Last time I think I read out. There's nothing to read out this time, so I have to create something new now.
Go from your heart.
Okay, then I'll start it then.
Yeah, go for it, Shika.
Okay, I may cough in between,
That's
so I'm
fine.
saying sorry in advance.
That's fine.
Okay, so I'm Shikha George. I'm a graduate electronics engineer. Like I had been doing my internship in industrial automation, and more than that, what I love is customer service. I had been into that role for more than 2 years, and I love talking with people. I can talk with random people with anything that's happening around the world for even hours, and that I love the most. Thank you.
Awesome. I see a difference there, but we'll talk about that later.
Thank you.
Who's going next?
Okay, I will go next.
Yeah, go for it.
Hi everyone, it's Mayank Bander. I'm working and studying in Melbourne right now. I'm the part of the University of Melbourne and I'm currently working as a manager in Domino's. It's been a great experience in Australia and Melbourne specifically because I'm being interacting with so many people. And my inclusive nature has helped me a lot to learn each and everything because that nature helps me to grow and to work and to find something which I never knew earlier. So that's it me for me.
Absolutely. Good. Awesome. Who's going next?
I think I'll barge in.
Yep.
So hi guys, I'm Sujit. Apart from academics, the only thing that I genuinely do as a person is like voluntary work, and I love working on sustainable development projects. So all across, like after graduating from my engineering degree, I was working as a consultant, but alongside that, I was working around these sustainable projects and projects around women empowerment. So all across these things guided me to like take a stance and do something that I'm really passionate about. So marketing was one of those avenues. Took that up. It's been what 7 months here in Melbourne. I'm trying to like alienate my skills into working for a digital marketing firm primarily. So let's see how that journey comes out as for now.
Absolutely. Thanks for sharing that, Sujit. Who's next?
I think I'll go. So, hi everyone. My name is Archita. I am soon to be a graduate in accounting forte. My motto, I guess, is proving that accounting is creative as well, and I would love to be a part of an executive team. But I'm currently trying to discover a side hustle where I can earn extra money. And I love public speaking, and I love going for hikes. I go to 1,000 steps every Sunday. I love
Oh,
doing that. Yeah, I guess that's it. I've worked a lot in university. Talking to international students has been one of my passions, so that's what led to me to my first job in Melbourne.
brilliant. Who's next? Who's next?
I'll go.
Yeah.
Uh, so hi everyone, I'm Wasim. I'm just starting my Master of Business course from Monash University. Well, other than doing business consultings, which I love doing, the one place you can find me anywhere I go is for trekking spots. I have groups who love trekking because that's what I did back in home and that's what I came here to do. But sadly, this is not what I expected. But I got to know that Achita is someone who likes hiking, so
Okay, you
maybe
have a new
I'm
friend
sure
now.
we'll catch up. Yeah,
Thanks for sharing that, Wasim. Way better than last time. Who's
yeah.
next?
I think I'll go this time.
Yeah, go Nidhi.
So hi guys, this is Nidhi here. Apart from my HR background, I won't talk about it this time, but I recently graduated last in December. Currently 90% jobless, and I'm working on my blogs. I'm setting up my and my sister's blog site these days. I am not into cooking these days at all because I have done a lot. So that apart from that, I'm trying to do something else. I have been very active sports person back in my university days, not here of course, but I used to play a lot of table tennis, kabaddi, kho, volleyball, carom. I think you can talk about anything, and I have played that. So I am in for any of the hiking plans. If you guys are Wasim and Archita, if you're planning for anything, do let me know because I haven't been anywhere else. Not even Melbourne properly I've seen. So if you guys are planning anytime, do count me in because I'll be there. And yeah, that's it
Yep.
for now.
Thanks. Thanks, Nidhi.
I love that 90 percentage.
Yep. Who's next?
Yeah, because I just work like 1 day a week. I work at Subway. I'm the store assistant there.
Yeah.
So I just go there for a day, and that's why I said 90%.
Well, I'll go next,
Yep.
though I haven't
Okay.
prepared anything.
Yeah. No one is prepared.
Hi, everyone. I'm Malti. I worked as software engineer for 10 years, working as developer as well as tester. Currently, I'm looking for work. And I consider myself a people's person. I love to be among people, so I prefer to work in a team. I also consider myself as a quality coach and a quality advocate. So I'm looking for to work in a company where I can promote quality, not just within my team, across the teams.
Hmm.
And I'm quite passionate about music and dance, and nowadays I'm trying to invest some time in there as well.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing that, Malti. Whoever is left. Yep.
I'll go next.
Go for it, Avnika.
Hi, I'm Avnika. So, apart from academics, I love traveling and exploring places. So, I've explored a lot of places in Melbourne and also went to Sydney last year. I'm a social butterfly, very active on social media, and I love making friends. And yeah, as I said, I'm about to graduate, so obviously, I would be looking for full time opportunities in analytics domain.
Yep. Absolutely.
That's it.
Thanks for sharing that. Who's left? I think Triti.
Just
Yep.
me? Yeah. Okay. Hi, everyone. Myself, Dhriti. You can call me D because my name is a bit difficult and
That's
everyone
easier.
wants a short name. So I just go with D.
Yeah.
Yes. So by profession, I'm a financial analyst, but I'm looking for a full-time job here. Apart from that, I'm a very comfort zone type person. I generally try not to leave my comfort zone and go anywhere, but my partner loves to travel, so we just started traveling, and I realized that these experiences are really really great. And especially so I just want to share this thing that we started staying in Airbnbs,
Mhm.
and I really realized that instead of staying in hotels, and we started staying in Airbnbs, and it gives a very different different experience, staying with a person who has a totally different culture, a totally different way of living, a totally different way of staying in the house and everything. So I really like that experience. So this is how it changed me, and I started liking traveling now.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Sounds so good.
Yeah, and I'm a social media addict, so I'm all on Facebook and Instagram.
So probably you can start your travel blogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I should, and maybe
Well,
cooking vlogs as well.
get in touch with Nidhi if you need help in blogging and how to set up stuff.
Yeah, I think I should be contact with her.
So this week's challenge looks or sounds completely different from what we had last week, right? This is very complicated. So again, I'm coming back to you. Who do you think? Whose did you like the most? You can put it in the chat. That way, it's easier to keep track. Whose intro did you like most? Archida. Maldi says Archida.
I think everything got mixed up because people started selling hiking, few said exploring places, everything.
That's why I said it's completely different from what happened last time.
Yeah.
So Sujit says Archida, Shika says Shika, obviously. Archita says Maladi, are you returning the favor? Archita. Wasim says Archita, Mayank says Nidhi.
Actually, wait, I still didn't complete the voting.
Sorry? Oh.
Yeah, now it's completed.
Okay, Nidhi, Avnika. So I think Nidhi gets a lot of votes and Archita gets a lot of votes. I'm just curious to know why. Why do you think so? Why did you
Just
vote
because we
Archita
want-
and Nidhi?
As you said, people have changed their outlook from last time. Started talking about not just their job, but along with their passions too.
Yep.
And this time, everybody talked about their passions, but two people actually made a structure of what they said.
Yeah.
The rest were sort of mixed up.
Yeah.
So I think that's why Archita and Nidhi had more votes.
Good. Thanks for sharing that. Others, why do you think Archita and Nidhi did better? Or whoever you voted, I mean, why do you think they attracted you or they earned your vote?
I felt that they were connecting the dots pretty well. I mean, the flow, the way they are structuring their responses was very good. So that is one of the primary reasons. And it's also about like presence of mind. What do you enunciate? What do you talk to the other person? What are you trying to gauge? So that way they did a very good job.
Yeah. Anyone else? Yep.
Yes, I would like to comment. Sorry, I don't remember the name, but someone said something about sports as well.
That was
So
Nidhi.
I like that point because it was relatable. Because I'm also a sports person. I'm very much into sports thingy. So yeah, I like that point.
Yeah. So I think just to flashback, last time we did this exercise, Wasim, do you want to give a demo of what you did?
I don't have that. I wish I could.
Yeah. So he was just reading out the first paragraph of his resume or LinkedIn summary. That he was just reading that out.
No, not summary. Resume, I guess. Resume.
Yeah, resume. Oh, okay. He was just reading out the first, and that's how usually people introduce themselves, be it in a social setting, interview, or whatever it is. You tend to just blurt out a set of words that you probably learned by heart. I mean, just not everyone's case, but that's what you are nervous. You just want to present your best self. A lot of people had said you have to put it in this template. This is what you have to say. This is what you have to not say. Things like that, and we obsess so much about that it becomes mechanical, and the emotion isn't there. So for Archita and Nidhi, what I saw is emotion and passion on whatever they're doing. Yes, the flow was there, but they absolutely were in what they were saying. I mean, we absolutely felt that Archita loved hiking or public speaking or whatever she said she did. Nidhi also, you did not think, you probably did not think about talking about sports, caroms, kabaddi, blah blah blah. But when that came, it was all natural, and you just flowed with that, right? So the more we think and the more we make it complicated, some people are good actors and they can deliver well, but some people you think, okay, what was that, and you kind of get disconnected with the emotion that's associated with it. So that's very important. You are connected to what you're saying. You're not just blurting out a set of words. If you look back at last week's video, you'll see what Wasim did. I mean, he was just literally reading out his introduction in his resume, and it was completely off stack. And who did good last time? I forgot. Who was that? I think Kriti? No.
Bimba.
Bimba. Yeah, Bimba did really well. I mean, she also started talking about stuff outside work and what she loves. And that's what clicked on everything. But today, I think Shiga already set a benchmark in the beginning. So everyone kind of caught on to it, outside academics, and started touching on a different tone over there. So but the thing that I like is most did not touch about what their profession is. Yes, of course, you have to touch about what your profession is, but don't make your introduction just about your job. Even if it's in a formal setting, don't just make it about your job. You're not your job. I mean, I keep hearing this, you're not your job, you're way more than that. So it's important that you bring that personal touch, and when you bring that personal touch, it's important that you actually feel it, you're actually in it, rather than just delivering it. Yeah, rather than just not delivering. I mean, if I talk about something that's not I'm not an expert on, you can understand that, and probably you won't join my event today, right? But the reason that people are coming back, for example, Malati, Wasim, Sujit, and Shika are coming back, is because they can relate to what I say, and I'm probably not faking it. I mean, that's the best way I can say it. I'm not faking it. I'm just flowing with my conversation today. I don't have a plan of what to do. I have a rough structure of what has to be done, but I did not even bother about that structure today. That's another story. But the thing is, I'm trying to go with the flow. So that's key. And being genuine and being passionate is very important.
Good that we did that exercise again, because it's been a learning thing for all of us, I guess.
Yeah.
I think, Vinesh, just to add on what you said about not just talking about the job, I have come across to a few interviews that I have given during the time when I was trying to enter into a college. So we have these entrance exams and all that back in India. And also after coming to that, what I've come across is that when you are going for a formal interview, and when they ask you the same question is, please tell me something about yourself. And then what people try to do is they just tell about their job experience, their past experiences, where they have worked, how much their salary was, and what are they expecting in the future. So when it comes to the competitive points, it is not that the interviewer, I'm not talking about all of them, but few of them, they just don't like to compare you in terms of what experience you have and what are you going to get into the company in terms of skills that you have. But these are certain points where you are talking about your interests, you're talking about your passion, and that is the what I feel is makes difference between you and the other person who might have more or less of the experience and skills. So these kind of passion and activities that you love is what makes you who you are. So
Absolutely.
definitely when you are giving an interview, not just talk about who you are in terms of your profession, but also talk about who you are as a person in general terms.
Absolutely. Thanks for sharing that, Nidhi. A small feedback for you, Nidhi. Either your internet or your video doesn't work properly because you're getting stuck every now and then. Doesn't matter in this case. We could hear you loud and clear. Just in case if it's something that you can figure out later. But what she said absolutely made sense. I'm sure in the last session, Wasim, Malati, and Shika was there. None of them know who Bimba was, right? I assume, right? But that emotion we understand. The way she talked, when we talk about Bimba, we know. I mean, we have an image of her, what she is, and that's just because of the way we talk. I mean, if you ask what Wasim said, we can't connect to what he did over there. Or even I think Paulvin had a pretty decent introduction there, but still we can't connect to what he did. I think he talked all about work in there. I mean, looking back, I don't remember what it was. And making yourself memorable, and when you think, hey, I interviewed this person, so what is the emotion that comes in? Is it a bunch of technical words which doesn't make sense to me, or is it something that you actually connect to? Right, that can be key, and that can actually make you stand out. And this is massively helpful if you're going for meetups and stuff like that, because people, even for this event, if they were not regulars in here, Avnika and Dhriti, for example, some people might come after the meetup to me, after this conversation to me, and ask, what was that girl's name, or what was she doing? They might not connect because they met a bunch of new people. They don't know who is who. But like just Avnika said, who was that girl who talked about sports? They don't remember Nidhi's name, or probably Nidhi's face, or whatever it is, but they remember the facts that they talked and that connected to them, right? So that's very important to have that sort of connection. In any setup, any setup, be it a job interview, be it a professional meetup, be it a personal meetup or hiking group that you are going to make up, whatever it is.
I also believe that there's a difference in how people are, like in terms of formality in India and Australia. Australia has a bit more informal approach, and people actually appreciate you discussing the way you are, and
Absolutely.
a bit of your personal life. But as compared to interviews that I have given in India, they are quite mechanical.
Yeah,
Like, people appreciate being more human, and that
absolutely.
is also one of the reasons why. I mean, I could be wrong, but I felt less mentally pressured working in Australia as compared to India.
Absolutely. So
I would
there
say
is a
that.
huge difference in culture and expectations of what has to happen in a corporate world, right?
Yeah.
So in just giving an example, in companies like TCS and Infosys, you're just probably a commodity there, if that's the right word. I'm not sure if that's the right word, but your manager knows you, that's it. Your manager and teammates know you, that's it. You're not
Mhm.
otherwise valued as a whole company or whatever it is. But here, that relations matter. You can even get in touch with the CEO. The CEO might come down, and
Yeah.
there is
Um,
no inform, and you can talk all sort of stuff. It's not just about work. You can talk about how you like hiking, you can how you like cycling, or whatever it is. You can talk about that stuff, and that connection is really, really valued over here. So
yeah.
that is a key difference. And there are also some things that, like, you should kind of earn that trust. uh, don't invade into their space. One example I see is, in India we just call bro, or we just go for it. That's probably not welcome here. If someone calls me bro and on LinkedIn, for example, or that doesn't come across as well. So you have to be formal, but you
Within a
should
limit.
have that personal tweak as well. Do not jump the gun and be all personal, saying, this is me, this is me, this is me. Don't make it about you. Have that conversation and get that rapport in.
Yeah, so like over here, even the small things matter. Like what Archita says, like even for a small thing, they appreciate you a lot.
Absolutely.
So when you're talking to that person, it's really important. You shouldn't talk about yourself.
Yeah,
You should listen to that person, and like by listening itself, there would be something and something that comes up that can be entertaining your topic, like your conversation. Even if, for
absolutely.
example, if you're talking to a recruiter, obviously you should say about yourself, but before that it will be really great if you add something value to the topic. Like if she say how are you, okay, if she says you're really good, say something about the Melbourne weather. That's the very
Yeah.
first thing you could talk.
Yeah,
Being in a Melbourne, it's like it gives you a privilege to talk about Melbourne weather, saying
absolutely.
that we have all the four seasons, and from that itself it gives a enthusiasm to the conversation.
Mhm.
And like it had helped me,
Yeah,
because whenever I started
definitely.
talking, I say it was really bad in Melbourne. They say, yeah, I know. Then the conversation goes out very smoothly. Like you have a comfort zone. Like when you talk with them, which is not related to the topic, but still it gives you a start, a bit start for you, and it accelerates your further conversation. So, and
Abs-
if the person is more engaging, like it will be help you further as well. They may not have a job to offer you, but still you get to build a relation with that person, which will definitely help you in future. And it has
Absolutely.
helped me a lot.
Absolutely. I can't agree more. I mean, if any of you had one-on-one conversations with me, I probably start with the weather. Nidhi has been in my walks in the past. You know how awkward I am in the beginning, right? In the beginning, two or three people come and I'm like, I probably take the phone and look for my messages and stuff like that, even though have no messages. It's an awkward situation. So usually I talk about the weather. What is happening then? If it's cold, I talk about it. If it's hot, I talk about it. I think Sujit has also been in my walks and you've also seen how that happens. So that's what I usually start with, and that kind of breaks the ice. That kind of the thing is, before a conversation happens, you probably had it in your brain 100 times how this will go. So depending on the start you have, that kind of relaxes you. Otherwise you're all anxious. Okay, what if this happens, what if this happens, what if this happens, blah 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 blah, right? So it's important that you start with a smile and have that non-formal conversation in the beginning. Otherwise everything will be transactional, and it'll be probably like a question answer kind of thing. And ask questions to them. That's very important. One thing that I do is, if you have a one-on-one conversation with me, at the end I'll usually say how good you are. What is it that you did good? I think I had a chat with Archita and a couple of weeks back, and at the end I explained, I mean, you are good. And that kind of, I'm not taking whole credit for it, that kind of drove her, and she wrote an article in a hour and he posted it, and she messaged me like, were you waiting for me to push you? Kind of, right? So that
Actually
feel.
have another news. So,
Oh yeah, sorry, you had something to share.
yeah.
I didn't
So
give you a
the
chance. Go
second
for it.
article that I wrote, that was about my e-learning experience in university. So one of my professors, she noticed it and she shared it with everyone in the university, like the whole teaching
Brilliant.
team. So she asked me for my permission to share it with other people. I was like, it's a very small achievement, but it actually made
It's
me
not.
feel
It's not
good.
small. It's a big thing, especially when your professors acknowledge what you're doing, or especially someone in a higher or who's more experienced acknowledge what you have done. That means a lot. That definitely means a lot. I mean, I remember this happened a couple of weeks back. One person who I'm not even connected to, he shared in I think it was in Monash, some career program or something. He shared that, follow me for all the inputs. And one of the participants were actually part of my meetups. She knew me. She took a screenshot and sent it to me. And I was like, that's awesome. And a lot of people started connecting to me saying, my mentor or whoever it was shared to me. I wasn't even connected to that person. So seeing that it was a huge achievement for me. So when someone shares what you're saying, and in a personal note, not on LinkedIn or Facebook. On LinkedIn or Facebook, that novelty has lost, because it's easy. Sharing is easy. Even if you agree or not, you share in the end. But when people share it to the community that you want to reach out to, that will definitely mean a lot. Thanks for sharing that, and congrats again.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So the point was, ask questions, give. Probably in an interview setup, it's not. You are not in a stage to give feedback, as in you can't say to a recruiter, hey, you're talking so well, how did you do this, or blah blah. That's not the appropriate thing. But have a conversation, ask questions, how your day has been, what is your typical day like. And these days it's, how is your work from home going, how what have you been doing to take care of yourself, and make sure you check in with them rather than blindly going into the transactional stuff. So that's very important. All right, I think that's that for today. I'm thinking the participation of these events are going down slowly. Either people are saturated or people are finding me bored, whatever it is. So I'll probably make this a weekly event rather than having twice a week. Last Saturday, it was just me and Wasim to start with, and other people's join in later after we went live. So I don't want to get in that situation. So I'll go back to the original network walk situation where I used to do it every Tuesday rather than having it Tuesdays and Saturdays. So I'll hopefully see you again next week, and we'll have more stories to share. Oh, yeah. Do you mind if I take a selfie? No? Yes? Maybe? Oops. I always screw this up. Okay. If you can keep your video on and have a smile, I'll count to 3 and we will take a new age selfie screenshot. All right. 1, 2, 3. Okay, got it. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, thanks everyone.
Week.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Have a good week, everyone. I'll probably get in touch with you again next week. So, see ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you all.
Bye.
See you again.
Bye. See you guys.